Hello, and welcome to Module 2 of the INFORM Subnational Index Training. As a review, in Module 1 we discussed the vision and principles of the INFORM approach. We also elaborated on objectives, uses, and the rationale for the INFORM model. Module 2 shares knowledge on managing the INFORM subnational process. INFORM is much more than data. The participation of a broad range of partners makes INFORM unique. Partners come together to create a framework, share the data, and build a model. They then maintain this model over time. The model itself is meaningless without partner buy-in, participation, and use. Accordingly, this section is focused on the coordination and leadership elements of defining and managing a process for the INFORM subnational model. In Module 2, we discuss the operating model, roles, and responsibilities. We also discuss the process itself. And we talk about the support required from various INFORM partners. We also discuss how to decide if the subnational model is right for your context. Should you go ahead at all with the INFORM subnational model? And we focus on how to build the model. We talk about resources and sustainability. Module 2 is essential to a successful, validated, INFORM subnational model. We'll explain the process and describe the steps to take to ensure local ownership and buy-in. Let's start with the basics, talking about who is involved. The development of INFORM models is a locally owned and managed process that is supported by the Global INFORM Initiative. This support consists of guidance, technical support, and tools. The outcome is a regional or national INFORM model. This model has tables and maps, and remember again that it's owned, maintained, and used locally, but validated according to global standards. Like the global version of INFORM, subnational models are developed through a consultative process that includes relevant and interested stakeholders. The process for the development of the model is open and transparent, and the results are freely shared. Again, remember, this is much more than simply data. Partner participation is essential. At the start of the process, it is essential to identify the intended audience for your national or regional context. What does this audience need? Are they information professionals developing coordination products? Perhaps they are local and national government officials. Or maybe they're a mix, a wide-ranging set of organizations with diverse interests. This determines what components you choose for the model and how you communicate, publicize, and update the model. Let's take a close look at the stakeholder map on your screen. It describes the stakeholder roles and responsibilities. We will talk through each one of these roles and discuss why each is important for the INFORM subnational process. Let's start out with the subnational lead. The subnational lead initiates and maintains the model. They are the focal point and process owner in collaboration with local partners. They ensure funding for the process and collaborate with the local partners. They are the ones that are committed to maintaining the model over time. They need to have knowledge of the subnational context and the ability to convene the partners and demonstrate leadership. The subnational partners are the reason that the model is created in the first place. They are the audience. The subnational partners work with the subnational lead to initiate and maintain the model. They provide knowledge and data, they collaborate with the subnational lead, and they have relevant sector, cluster, or other expertise and data knowledge. The Global INFORM Coordinator coordinates the global partners to achieve INFORM goals. They lead strategy development and implementation of each model. They provide strategic vision and risk management. The Global Technical Lead validates each model. They provide technical guidance on processing, assembling, and updating the model. The Project Manager works with the subnational lead to convene the partners, collect the dataset, and build the first model. This includes preparation and background work, consultation with the key partners, running a workshop, centralizing data, and collaborating with the technical lead to build the first model. Let's take a look at the INFORM process overview. This graphic shows the role that each stakeholder plays throughout the subnational INFORM index development process. Let's briefly describe each phase. In the vision phase, the subnational lead develops a vision for the INFORM model in consultation with subnational partners that establishes a use case for the tool and describes where the process will integrate into existing and future planning processes. The term use case simply means, how do we use this tool and why do we need the tool? In the application phase, the subnational lead completes an application to initiate the process using a template provided by Global INFORM. The template documents the vision, use case, integration strategy, and maintenance plan. The application requires information on how the lead and partners will fund the construction and maintenance of the tool over time. Determination. In the determination phase, INFORM global partners and the global technical lead review the application according to established criteria and determine if the model should proceed. If approved, the process proceeds to the next phase, which is termed the build phase. Build. Once the application is approved, local partners and the subnational lead complete it with optional support from a project manager. A detailed description of the build phase will be provided later in this training. This is Module 3. Review. Once the build phase is complete, local partners, followed by INFORM global team, review and validate the model, suggesting and calling for changes as required. There may be discussions around indicator choice and also about data processing and computation. Publish. In this phase, the technical lead publishes the model on a website for open use. The site is located at informindex.org. Do review and familiarize yourself with the site. Use and implementation. Stakeholders use the model for general planning and risk management purposes, as well as specific processes such as the Humanitarian Needs Overview, the UNDAF, or the Sendai Action Plan. Maintenance. The INFORM subnational model uses the most current data available. In most contexts, partners choose to update the model with new data every 12 months. However, for example in Niger, given the dynamic context, partners elected to update the model every 6 months. Subnational partners and the lead update the model on the agreed timeframe with validation from the global technical lead. The update timeframe also depends on the availability of new data and the need for an updated product to coincide with planned strategy processes. All updated results are published on the Global INFORM web platform. One of the most challenging aspects of the INFORM process is how to maintain the model with rigor and consistency over time. It's always easy to build something once, but keeping it going over the long run can be hard. The way to overcome this challenge is to embed the work and make it an essential part of an in-country planning cycle that happens every year. And finally, the communications phase. An effective communication strategy helps partners see the value and utility of INFORM for their work. The subnational lead ensures dissemination and awareness of the model. Communication efforts should include blog posts, events, and also simply reminding partners about the analysis in ongoing meetings. INFORM global partners can also promote the model at the global level to make sure all partners know about it and want to use the material. Now, let's talk about support from Global INFORM to local lead and local partners. The Global INFORM Partnership is a system of people and resources to help you build the INFORM Subnational Index. Let's talk about each type of help that they provide. First, they provide a written guidance on process and technical issues. In addition to this technical guidance and this online training tool, INFORM global partners make available a shared file with project and process management tools to support all phases of the model. They also provide access to a trained and accredited project manager pool. You will have access to this trained pool of project managers with a range of language and technical skills to support the model construction process. They also provide technical review. Throughout the process, INFORM global partners and the global technical lead will provide technical review and advice to the subnational lead and partners. Finally, they provide validation. The global technical lead, now the European Union's Joint Research Center or JRC, and the INFORM global partners review and validate all models to ensure accuracy and consistency. Let's take a look at this decision tree. At this stage, we invite you to consider implementing a local model using the following decision tree graphic. The graphic can help you determine if an INFORM model matches your needs. Please review each step of the process to help you think through the decision. Each branch of the diagram helps you decide if the process is right for your context. The most important thing to remember is that the INFORM model is not for all situations. You must have a partner group willing to participate, data available, a local budget, and leadership willing to drive the process. Think about the context you are considering. Are all the necessary elements present? Let's focus on the build phase as it is the most complex. The build phase is about connecting the idea for the model to key stakeholders in the subnational context so they can understand, support, and provide data to the model. The project manager and the local lead must promote the idea to key partners and then work with them to uncover the best available data to build the model. There are 12 main steps involved in this process. Let's talk through each one of the steps. Step number 1, review and validate the vision. The project manager and the INFORM global staff review the vision and application to validate the approach. They then make sure that the vision is realistic and achievable. Changes to the approach can be made at this stage if necessary. Number 2, the project plan and timelines. The project manager creates a concept note and a detailed project plan that includes timelines, stakeholder responsibilities, and milestones. The project manager shares this project plan with the local lead and partners, as well as global partners for their awareness and support. Number 3, remote consultation. The project manager and the subnational lead discuss the vision, approach, potential data sources, and administrative arrangement for the mission and workshop. The project manager and the technical lead should strive to build a strong working relationship with each other and all parties. Take time to investigate potential data sources for the model. Don't expect that they will all magically appear from most partners during the process. Experience shows that most of the data comes from the subnational lead and a few key operational partners. You can often identify pools of data and get access well in advance of the data collection workshop that we talk about later. Number 4, admin. Ensure that the subnational lead and the project manager work together to initiate administrative planning processes for travel, such as visa and accommodation, meetings, preparatory consultations with key INFORM stakeholders and working groups, and finally for the INFORM workshop, which is a formal consultation in plenary with all stakeholders to define the model and identify data. Administration takes time and energy. Make sure to allow adequate time to put these things in place. The subnational lead should designate an administrative focal point. This is someone who can help prepare the workshop and make sure partners are aware of the process and are ready to participate. Number 5, update data and process management tools. Before you start the next phase, be sure to modify the templates provided with this training to your particular context. Refer back and adjust the project plan, contact list, consultation agenda, and workshop agenda as you advance your work. Share these items on a cloud file such as Google Drive for easy collaboration with stakeholders. Step 6, model definition and data collection. The 4 activities in this phase include key partner consultations, conducting the data collection workshop, defining the model structure, and identifying data sources. Let's discuss each one. Key partner consultation. Identify the key data holders and facilitators of the process. Meet with them to build the relationship, explain the process, and request support and data. Conduct the workshop. Use the workshop agenda template provided by Global INFORM as a guide. This is one of the best parts of the process, where partners working on a wide variety of issues come together to assess risk. The process and conversations are enjoyable. This is a place to get to know the context that the model describes and listen to new opinions about how to define risk. We provide sample templates for the workshop presentation. You will need to review and adjust these presentations and agendas to match your unique situation. Make sure to practice delivering the presentations in advance. Try to anticipate the questions that you will receive from partners. The material that you learn in this training should equip you to deliver a successful workshop. Next, define the model structure. During the workshop, have partners define changes required to the global model to best reflect risk in this national or regional context. We usually achieve this by asking partners who attend the workshop to participate in a discussion about one of INFORM's 3 dimensions: hazard, vulnerability, and capacity. Partners work together to define the key components of each dimension and present the results of the discussion to the plenary for feedback and additional discussion. Most issues can be resolved in the plenary session. The discussion and hand-drawn graphics and lists that partners provide serve as the basis for the data model that you will build following the workshop. Identify data sources. Also during the workshop, have all stakeholders identify datasets to populate the model. This is a wish list of the ideal datasets and sources that should populate the model for the best possible understanding of risk. Partners usually suggest much more data than are actually available as datasets for the final version of the model. However, this is an important vision setting exercise. The final model tries to attain the vision set by the workshop, but available data determines the actual profile of the final model. Step 7. Vet, clean, and process the data. The project manager reviews all suggested data, vets for accuracy, and provides the metadata and processes the data into a format that can be uploaded into a shared file for further processing. It's important to specify the relevance of the selected datasets. We need to be able to explain why each indicator has been suggested and how it fits with the theoretical framework. Step 8. Centralize the data into a shared file. Following the field mission, the project manager vets and centralizes all data into a shared file for analysis. Create a public shared file and invite partners to contribute directly to the folder. Make your email available and centralize whatever comes into your inbox. In this phase, you may have to conduct multiple in-person and remote follow-up meetings with partners. The local process lead may have to conduct multiple follow-up efforts also to get the data. Experience shows that many partners will attend the workshop, but may not readily share data in the follow-up period. Polite persistence usually helps surface and centralize all available data. Remember, INFORM never initiates a data collection process. Rather, existing datasets are centralized. INFORM is an aggregation of available data from other sources, never a primary data provider. Step 9. Construct the model. The project manager builds the model and produces the tables, as well as visualizations of risk. We cover this process in Module 3. Step 10. Review with the core group. After completing the initial draft model, the project manager and the subnational lead present the model to a small group of data contributing partners to gauge accuracy. Send the model by email and then invite partners to meet and discuss the model. The project manager then revises the model based on this feedback. Step 11. Review and validate with the full local partner group. The subnational lead presents the draft index to the full local partner group. The project manager makes changes as needed, and the partners validate the model for publishing on the INFORM website. It is crucial that all partners who participated and any other relevant partner who may not have attended the workshop participate in the validation and review process. Remember, INFORM gains legitimacy and is unique because of the interagency consensus around the data. And finally, step 12, publish to the web. The technical lead validates and publishes the model for public use on the INFORM website, informindex.org. The model is now live and available for all to use with the integrated data tools from the site. Be sure to experiment with these tools and be able to help others to use the model. Now let's discuss resources and sustainability. Local partners are responsible for all direct costs associated with the model. INFORM global partners receive donor funding to cover costs for their work, as well as the maintenance of the INFORM web platforms. The project manager pool consists of independent contractors and humanitarian consulting firm professionals. The subnational lead contracts directly with the project manager and works under an informal exchange of letters agreement with INFORM global partners and the technical lead. The budget below is an estimation of the number of workdays and the costs for the project manager. The budget also includes an estimated number of workdays for the subnational lead and partners to demonstrate the resource requirement to complete an INFORM model. This cost plan assumes that the subnational lead and partners have established offices and professional networks that will facilitate the process. These costs are not included in the estimation. The resources can come from a single partner, possibly the subnational lead, or can be divided among the subnational partners. Funding could also be linked to coordination resources related to a specific planning initiative, such as the United Nations Development Framework or Humanitarian Response Planning process. Thank you for participating in Module 2 of the INFORM Subnational Risk Index training. Module 2 shared knowledge on how to manage the INFORM Subnational process. An INFORM Subnational Risk Index is much more than simply data. Buy-in, participation, and partnership are essential to the methodology. This module explained the process and described actionable steps to ensure local ownership and buy-in. We also discussed practical elements like resourcing and how to determine if an INFORM model is right for your context. Module 3 gets technical. This is where we take the data that partners share and combine it to build an INFORM Subnational Risk Index. We share the mindset, skills, and specific steps required to process raw data into a complete INFORM risk model. This includes an overview of the risk concept, the components of the model, and the tools and templates required to finish and share the model. We'll also use the exact tools and steps that you will need to complete so the process is clear and understandable. We will work with sample data to illustrate the full process from start to finish.